Kunja Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna devotees. We welcome all the devotees who are assembled here for attending this weekly Thursday Guru Maharaj session. We are hearing from Guru Maharaj on Krishna's pastime from Garga Samhita. So today we will continue that series. So at the end of the session there will be quiz, so devotees can attempt the quiz as well and can hear the session attentively. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj ki Jai.
So, Krishna, through Rukmini, got his first son. His name was Pradyumna. So, when Pradyumna was not even 4 days old, a demon called Sambarasura stole him. Can you imagine the condition of the mother? So this is how another thing we notice, like Krishna's devotee's life often not really that smooth and exciting and joyful. Krishna's devotees often go through various difficulties. Can you imagine Krishna's own queen lost her child? 10 days, the child is missing. The other instances also, we see the cowherd boy is going through so many difficulties at times. We don't really get to see what the difficulties they were facing. We can also see, can you imagine a huge python came and started to swallow Nanda Maharaj. Can you imagine yourself? I mean, seeing a snake 10 feet away, you run out of fear, and a huge snake starts to eat you up. But the wonderful thing about Krishna's pastimes is that it's not that the devotees, Krishna's devotees don't go through difficulties, but Krishna protects his devotees from those difficult situations. So that is the wonderful thing about Krishna's pastimes. So naturally, everyone is in acute anxiety in the palace. Rukmini is crying and crying, what happened to my son? What happened to my son? And what did happen to the son? Mind you, Krishna's own son, firstborn. A demon called Sambarasura stole that boy, newborn, 10-day-old boy. Why? Because Sambarasura was informed that this boy, this child of Krishna from Rukmini is going to kill him. Therefore, when the child was born, Sambarasura, who had the ability to assume any form, he could assume any form. And he stole that child and carried the child and flying through the space, and when it came to an ocean, dropped the child. Now, this child didn't die, but what happened is a huge fish swallowed the child. And some fishermen caught that fish in the net. And they were very excited to find such a big fish. And so the fishermen took that fish to the king. Who was the king of that place? Sambarasura. And he saw, he was excited to see such a big fish. So Sambarasura sent it to the kitchen, to the head cook. Make some nice fish preparation. But when the cook was cutting the fish, he found that there was a child in the belly of the fish. The child was alive. So there was a girl there who used to serve in the kitchen of Sambarasura. Her name was Mayavati. Mayavati was the wife of Madan or Kamdev, or Cupid. Cupid lost his body. How many of you know how Cupid lost his body? How many of you don't know how Cupid lost his body? How many of you want to hear how Cupid lost his body? Okay. Do you remember what happened to Sati, the daughter of Daksha? And Daksha was not happy with Sati's husband. See, Daksha is a materialist, and a materialistic person cannot really appreciate the activities of a pure devotee. Lord Shiva is a pure devotee of Krishna. And as a result of that, his activities are quite strange. He doesn't have any place to stay. He doesn't have any clothes to wear. He spends most of his time in crematorium. His associates or followers are all the ghosts and hobgoblins. And so Daksha was quite upset with Lord Shiva. Like, here's a person who is so uncivilized according to him. The word Daksha actually literally means a materially efficient person. He's very efficient. But Daksha, so he practically severed his relationship with Sati and her husband, Lord Shiva. So once Daksha was performing a very special sacrifice, and all the demigods were invited, and Sati saw that all these demigods are going, and she inquired, what is happening? Where are they going? Oh, they're going to Dakshas Sacrifice. Oh, there's a sacrifice. There is a festival in my father's place. So she went and told Lord Shiva that I heard that there's a festival. I want to go to my father's house. So Lord Shiva told him that, look, you didn't get any invitation. She said, to go to my father's house? I don't need an invitation. So, although Lord Shiva told her not to go, but still she insisted on going. And when she went to the father's house, her father was not at all happy to see her. And he actually started to insult Lord Shiva in front of her. Started to speak badly about Lord Shiva. So Sati could not tolerate this blasphemy about her husband. So she gave up her body. So the news reached Lord Shiva, and already Lord Shiva's associates plundered the sacrifice. They broke everything. They beat up all these sages and whoever was there. There was a sage with long beard. They uprooted all his beard. Another person, he had beautiful teeth. They broke all his teeth. And Pushan. And as a result of that, this person cannot eat any solid stuff. Even now, he has to take just paste made out of his food stuff. And finally, Daksha was taken to that sacrificial Chupakashta, where the animal's head is locked, and Daksha's head was chopped off. So this is how Daksha's Yajna was plundered. And Lord Shiva then took the body of Sati and he started to dance his Tandava Nritta. Tandava Nritta is his dance of devastation. When Lord Shiva dances, then the whole creation falls apart. As if with his every step that he takes, the atoms and molecules split and whole creation just becomes destroyed. So the creation is about to be destroyed. The way Lord Shiva was, he just went mad and started to dance like that. So all the demigods approached Vishnu and said, please do something about it. So then Vishnu released his Sudarshan Chakra, and Sudarshan Chakra started to cut the body of Sati. And Sati's body was cut into 51 pieces. And those 51 pieces fell in different parts of India, and they became 51 tirthas of Devi. So, and then all of a sudden, Lord Shiva noticed nothing that he was carrying is not all disappeared. Sati's body fully disappeared. And then Lord Shiva just sat down in meditation. Now, at that time, the demigods needed a general, because remember I told you this morning, Muchukanda was assuming the role of the general of the demigods. He was fighting for them against the demons. So demigods were told that if you get a son from Lord Shiva, then he will become your able general. So, but Lord Shiva, Sati is gone, he doesn't have a wife. Now Sati has taken birth as Parvati, as the daughter of Himalaya and Menaka. So the daughter is born, Sati has been reborn, but how to unite her to Lord Shiva? Parvati was taken to Lord Shiva, but Lord Shiva was in such a meditation, such a trance, that he didn't have any external consciousness. Although Sati was just in front of him and was trying to serve him, still Lord Shiva didn't take any notice. So then demigods approached Madan, Kamdev, that you arouse that amorous feeling in the hearts of Lord Shiva by breaking his meditation. Madan said, nothing doing. I'm not going to risk my life. So demigod said, we'll protect you, don't worry. So being persuaded in this way by the demigods, Cupid agreed, and hiding from a distance, he shoot his arrows. These arrows of Cupid causes the amorous feelings in the heart. So being struck by the arrows, Lord Shiva's meditation broke. And he was very, very angry. And he was wondering, who broke my meditation? And when his glance fell on Madan, then Madan was burned to ashes. So that is why another name of Madan is Ananga. Ananga means one who doesn't have a body. So this Madan or Cupid was born as Pradyumna, Krishna's son from Rukmini. And Madan's wife Rati as Mayavati was in the kitchen of Sambarasura. So, and this is how, by the divine arrangement, Pradyumna or Madan, Cupid, again met Rati, his wife, as and then Mayavati could recognize, although baby, she could recognize actually this is her husband, Cupid. And Pradyumna immediately grew up into a young man, extremely handsome. Like Cupid is famous for his beauty. Like that's why we say Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobha. Kandarpa Koti. 1 koti is 10 million. Krishna's beauty is like tens of millions of Cupid's beauties, superior to the beauty of tens of millions of Cupids. So he grew up into as he grew up, Rati was behaving with her as if his lover. So he asked, you were like my mother, possessing that and behaving like as my lover. So then Rati told everything, what happened in the past, how he lost his body and now he has appeared. And she also knew that Pradyumna is going to kill Sambarasura and said that you have actually come to kill this demon. And this demon has awful mystic power. So when he's fighting with you, he will use those mystic power, like treacherous power. So here I am giving you this power called Mahamaya Shakti. So when he attacks you with that power, then you use this power and that will dispel his mystic power, illusory power. So when Pradyumna went and challenged Sambarasura, Sambarasura was surprised. He said, I didn't do anything to you. Why are you challenging me like that? So he said, no, you didn't do anything to me. You stole me from my mother's house, from my mother's lap. You threw me in the ocean. You wanted to kill me. And you are saying that you didn't do anything to me. Anyway, so now you know who I am. And he was surprised. Oh, you are? I thought you were dead. Well, if I was dead, then do you think it's my ghost in front of you? And he challenged. And there was a terrible fight ensued. Sambarasura was extremely powerful also. But Pradyumna is Krishna's expansion, one of the Chaturbhujas. So, but here it's the pastimes. So Sambarasura at one point, when he saw that he couldn't really defeat Pradyumna, he just went up in the sky and invisibly he started to shower all kinds of weapons at Pradyumna. And Pradyumna then remembered that Mahamaya mantra. And Sambarasura's illusory magical power immediately became vanquished. And then now being visible in front of Pradyumna, Pradyumna attacked him. Again another fight ensued. Then finally Pradyumna with his sword just cut off the head of Sambarasura. And then with Rati or Mayavati, Sambarasura went, Pradyumna went after killing Sambarasura to Dwarka. And when the ladies of Dwarka saw, they thought that, oh, Krishna came back. It's Krishna. Because he looked exactly like Krishna. But when Rukmini saw, she felt an overwhelming affection for the child. And she started to wonder, is this my lost child? And she felt it must be, because she was feeling such affection that milk started to flow from her breasts. And so this is how she could feel that this is. In the meantime, Krishna came and Krishna saw Pradyumna, but he didn't say anything. He just stood there silently. But at that time, Narad Muni came and told everybody who this boy is. So this is how Pradyumna annihilated Sambarasura as it was predicted. Although Sambarasura, another thing, this is how we see, like how demons, no matter how many ways they try to counteract Krishna's arrangement, they can't. So as a devotee, what should we do? Should we try to counteract Krishna's arrangement or surrender to Krishna's arrangement? And surrendering to Krishna's arrangement always brings auspiciousness and victory. Everybody wants to be the winner. And what's the best way to become the winner? Just surrender to the supreme winner. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna. So Krishna is always victorious. Ajita, therefore his name is Ajita, meaning one who is inconquerable. Krishna is inconquerable. Nobody can conquer Krishna. Yes, but still, somebody can conquer Krishna. Who can conquer Krishna? The devotees. Of course, Radharani. But not only Radharani. And therefore, it has been said that Ajitopi toistrilokam sthane stitva shrutigatan tanubang manobhi. Just being situated where we are, if we render devotional service unto Krishna with our body, mind and words, tanu, bang, manobhi, then although Krishna is inconquerable, he becomes conquered. So Krishna becomes conquered by the devotion of his devotees. So that is the unique position of devotees. And Krishna even went to the extent of telling that I become my devotee's servant. He actually uses the expression servant. I become my devotee's servant. Not that the devotees want Krishna to be their servant, but that is how Krishna feels. That is, whenever the devotee needs something, Krishna goes out of his way to provide for that. So, time and time again, through these anecdotes, through these pastimes of Krishna, we get to see how wonderful it is to become a devotee of Krishna, how wonderful it is to accept devotional service to Krishna. Therefore, one should not take this position lightly when you have this opportunity. Actually, this opportunity has been created by us, Srila Prabhupada, created to us by Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, where we would have been? Could any of us become a devotee had we not have received the mercy of Srila Prabhupada? No. So this is a wonderful benediction that Srila Prabhupada is bestowing upon us. He is giving us such a wonderful opportunity to become his devotees. Become Krishna's, to accept devotional service to Krishna. And what will be the benefit as we get to know the scriptures, the happenings and incidents from the scriptures, we get to know the benefit, inconceivable benefit. Therefore, it is up to us to take this process, take this opportunity with full conviction and utmost sincerity. I know being involved in so many activities, especially householders, is very difficult to maintain that earnest involvement. But we must try. Like, no matter where, therefore it is a sthane sthitva. Wherever one is, whether you are a householder, whether you are a brahmachari, vanaprasthi or sannyasi, wherever you are, just being situated from there, render devotional service to Krishna. Tanubham manobhi, with your body, mind and words. And you will see what the benefit is like. It is difficult, but more difficult it is, greater is going to be the reward. More difficult, if it is easy, then the reward is also not that great. But when something is difficult and we try to do it for Krishna, then Krishna will reward us in a wonderful way. So please practice this process of Krishna consciousness wholeheartedly. There was a demon called Banasura. Banasura was actually Bali Maharaja's son. And he had 1,000 arms. Very powerful. And he was a very favorite devotee of Lord Shiva. So much so that Lord Shiva was guarding his capital. And Lord Shiva was always very favorably disposed and always gave him guidance. And so Banasura had a very beautiful daughter. And this girl had a dream. In a dream, she met one very, very handsome person. She told her friend, Chitralekha. No, she didn't tell that. When she was in a dream, she was talking. And her friend, Chitralekha was Banasura's minister's daughter. So Chitralekha asked, hey, what happened? And who did you dream? So Usha, Banasura's daughter, was very embarrassed. But finally she revealed to her friend that in a dream she came across such a person. So Chitralekha was a very, very talented artist. And she also had a great mystic power. So Chitralekha started to paint. Is this the person? No. Is this the person? No. Is this the person? No. So he was painting the features of all great personalities. But Usha was saying no, no, no. And then when it came to Aniruddha, Pradyumna's son, she just lowered her head. So Usha could make out, this is the one. Okay, Usha. Chitralekha told Usha. Okay, Usha, now I figured out. This is Krishna's grandson, Pradyumna's son. His name is Aniruddha. So since you desired him, I will get him. I'll fulfill you. I'm your friend, so I'll fulfill your desire. So So Chitralekha had the ability to fly through the space. And when Aniruddha was asleep in the palace, from his bedroom, Chitralekha made him fly out with her and brought her to Usha's chamber in the palace. Another instance, the prince disappeared. So naturally there was a lot of anxiety where he went, where did he go? So, and Usha was very happy to find the person of her love. And you see, in India, in this royal, not only royal, any family situation, the women's area is in a very kind of reserved area. No man is not allowed there. And especially Banasura, demons, under Mahal, you can well imagine how it was, the inner chamber. So Usha's nurse suspected something, that it looks like she's associated with a man. So this nurse or maidservant went and reported to Usha's mother, Queen. So Queen also came and saw Usha and she could make out, But how is it possible? She doesn't go out anywhere and no one is allowed to come inside. So how can she associate with any man? Like in the Vedic culture, sometimes the women are called Ashurjampasha. The ones who hadn't been seen even by sun, God. Meaning even the sun rays and kind of couldn't see them. So that is how well protected they were. And here, there was a clear sign of her associating with a man. So the queen went, the mother went and told the father, Banasura. So then Banasura came to Usha's area of the palace, and there he found Aniruddha playing dice with Usha. So Vanasura immediately told his bodyguards, arrest him. So Aniruddha didn't have any weapon. He just picked up an iron rod. And with this iron rod, he wiped out all those bodyguards of Banasura. Banasura was impressed. Wow. So then Banasura started to fight with him. And he also found it difficult to defeat him. So Banasura used Brahmastra and tied him up with Brahmastra. And he arrested him. So Narad Muni went and reported to Krishna that Aniruddha has been arrested. So immediately Krishna and Balaram got the army, marched towards Shonitpur. Shonit means blood. So you can well imagine Banasura's situation. And Pur means a city of blood. And that city, Shonitpur, was covered with some mystic arrangement that nobody could penetrate that. Like so kind of mystically protected. So when Krishna came there, he released his Sudarshan Chakra, and by the Shudarshan, the Kudarshan was dispelled. Then there was Krishna and the soldiers. What happened, Amarendra? The chair broke? or you fell asleep? So then, as I mentioned, Lord Shiva also came to fight. And a terrible fight ensued. Krishna was fighting with Banasura. Balaram was fighting with Mahadev. Pradyumna was fighting with Kartikeya. And this is how it was a fight of the fight of the demigods and the demons together with the Jadus. And finally, Krishna caught Vanasura and he was about to kill him. But Lord Shiva appealed that he is my devotee. And Lord Shiva was already feeling very bad, feeling very guilty that he had been fighting with Krishna. To protect his devotee, he was fighting against his Lord and Master. So anyway, ultimately Krishna chopped down. Yeah, and one thing also, again, we must remember, Krishna gave Prahlad Maharaj the boon, the assurance that he will not kill any of his family members. So because Banasura is coming from that line, Prahlad Maharaj's son is Virochan. Virochan's son is Bali. Bali's son is Banasura. So therefore Krishna decided not to kill, but he chopped off his 996 arms. Left him only with 4 arms. And Banasura also learnt his lesson, falling at Krishna's lotus feet, he begged forgiveness, and he offered his daughter Usha to Aniruddha. And this is how Aniruddha got married to Usha. So Usha was brought to Dwarka, and with great festivity, Aniruddha was married to Usha.
Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone for patiently hearing this lecture of Guru Maharaj. Quiz link has been posted in the chat box, so devotees can attempt the quiz. Also, we will now read the today's Guru Maharaj quote. It's December 23. Guru Maharaj is saying, we do not have to become a big devotee. All we have to become is a simple devotee, a humble devotee, a sincere devotee. Glorification of His Grace Vibhu Chaitanya Prabhu, Ujjain, 23rd December 2007. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So the quiz link has been posted. So again, I'm sending. Devotees can attempt the quiz. And now we will see the quiz results. Total 13 devotees have participated, out of which, so devotees are still attempting it. We can wait for a while. So now we can see the result. Total 14 devotees have participated, and Divya Damodar Prabhu is leading with 63% accuracy, and Shantika Mataji, Sanatani Mataji, Arpita Paul Mataji, all are with 63% accuracy. Then Shyam Keshav Prabhu and Sucharu Saki Mataji with 50% accuracy. Sita Nandini Devi Mataji, Rina Mataji, Sharmila Radhika Mataji, and they are having 38%, 25%, and 13%. So devotees are still attempting it. Let's see, there are 15 participants. Arpita Paul Mataji with 100% accuracy. And Shantika Mataji 88%. Sanatani Mataji 88%. Divya Damodar Prabhu 88%. Charu Swami Maharaja with 63%. Shyam Keshav Prabhu 50%, and Sita Nandini Devi Mataji both with 50% accuracy. And Prabhupada Kripa Prabhu, Sharmila Radhika Mataji, Rina Mataji, all three with 25% accuracy. So okay. Divya Damodar Prabhu and Arpita Paul Mataji both are having with 100% accuracy. And Santika and Sanatani Mataji with 88% accuracy. Charu Swami Mataji 75% accuracy. Thank you everyone, devotees, for for hearing the lecture very patiently and attempting the quiz. So 17 participants. So here 3. So Charu Swami Mataji, Arpita Paul Mataji, Divya Damodar Prabhu, all 100% accuracy. So thank you devotees. So devotees, we seek your participation on every Thursday in this weekly Guru Maharaj session. Thank you everyone for joining and attempting the quiz. So we will leave now. His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.